You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to talk some King Kong. Yes, King Kong Skull Island. And it's been a while since we did a King Kong video, but a lot of stuff has come out in the last couple of weeks regarding Kong. Now, the movie's set for 2017. J.K. Simmons recently obviously revealed that he's going to be in the movie. We know that Tom Hiddleston's going to be in the movie. And that Michael Keaton, last I read, was in negotiations to join the cast. I heard a rumor that he officially has joined, but I have not seen any confirmation. But it would be nice if they got him. Now, a lot of people have been asking me to do Kong videos, and specifically Godzilla vs. King Kong, which I will do a video about that probably sometime after you see this video. You know, the interesting thing about this movie is the fact that the time period now has changed. Very interesting that the time period has changed. Very commonly, outside of certain movies, the King Kong movie has been, or the King Kong story has been depicted in the 30s, during the Great Depression. And obviously, the Skull Island, very popular island where he is looked upon as a god. And we're definitely, obviously, Skull Island, the name of the movie. Obviously, Kong will be in the movie, will be in Skull Island. Whether or not they're going to take this movie and make it so that it's the same kind of process of finding him and bringing him to the States, but instead of New York, he gets taken to Detroit. I don't know if they're going to go that route. I think they're going to do something completely different. I just don't know what. I'm trying to put Detroit and Skull Island together. It's just, you know, like, it's a very unique choice, so to speak. But I did also hear a rumor that the whole movie's not going to take place in 1971, in Detroit, but that was the opening setting. So I don't know, you know, we'll have to say it's a whiles away. So we'll find out as time progresses. However, I do like the cast. That I'm very impressed with. And to see Tom Hiddleston in another role finally, other than Loki, and I know he's done other roles, but he's most known for Loki, but he obviously has the potential and has the talent to play any role. That guy is just phenomenal. Michael Keaton, now he's a hot commodity again after the Birdman. You know, now he's going to be doing Beetlejuice 2 at some point. If he's in this movie, it'll be great. So the question is, if they decide to go a different route, what are they going to do? And that's been the biggest thing, like, plugging my head right now, is like, what could you possibly do? It's been embedded in our brains so much that Kong, he gets discovered on Skull Island. They take him, they bring him back here. He runs amok in the city. He goes, climbs a building, gets shot down by planes, end the story. And that's been pumped into our brains so much that I can't even seem to think outside of that as to how they're going to do a Kong movie. So even, and you guys know, I'm pretty good at speculating. I can come up with a bunch of different things that they could possibly do to make something different. I can't think of one. I can't. The only thing I can think of is that it doesn't leave Skull Island. And that's why it's called Skull Island. Perhaps they go there and and it's just a bunch of discovery on different things. And I kind of hope for that. I even mentioned it when they first announced it back in Comic-Con. I did a short video talking about it, and I mentioned, you know, it would be good if there's a bunch of characters that go to Skull Island, and that's it. They leave, but not with Kong. You know, like, leave him there. You know, like, they find out about the island. There's a whole, cavalry of people that go and they search the island. They find the clan that worships King Kong. And yeah, we do see Kong in his habitat. Perhaps an explanation as to why he got so big. You know, we've seen Skull Island before where there's animals and monsters and creatures there that should have long been extinct. So hopefully we maybe get some more elaboration on that. I know a lot of people want to see more of the dinosaurs and stuff like that, but it would be cool if they start pulling out some other kind of creatures or insects or monsters or animals that are just like, maybe like, I was going to say saber-toothed tiger, but that wouldn't make much sense there. But other animals that we normally would never see. You know what I mean? We would just never see on the island. I think that would be a good way to make it very intriguing. Not just King Kong, and I'm not saying take King Kong out of the equation. Obviously, he is the focus of the movie, but I would definitely like to see a nice, detailed, long exploration of this island. Peter Jackson did such a good job in the 2005 movie, you know, with certain exploration of the island. I wanted to see more. You know, I love the movie. I love Kong. I love the whole story. But the island was great. I mean, come on. Who can forget that scene where they fall down that ravine and there's bugs all over the place? The lights go out and all these big bugs start coming out and the slugs. Oh man, does anybody else get creeped out by that? So I would love to see more exploration, more kind of crap like that. You know what I mean? And of course, Kong surrounding all that. You know, yes, Kong fighting a T-Rex or Kong fighting another like a big snake. That would be really cool too. They did that in one of the older movies. You know, him fighting a big snake, or like in King Kong versus Godzilla, he fights this giant octopus. Why not have giant sea animals that are capable of coming onto the coast and stuff like that? Just a lot of potential to really take this island and bring it to life. Not only have it highlighted by King Kong, but highlight the island itself. Bring it to life, you know? Let's not bring it back to the city. We've done that millions of times already. People have seen it millions of times. And I'm not saying they can't do that, but it doesn't have to be the end game, does it? Like, maybe can we make a sequel where maybe he comes to the city, but he wreaks more havoc? Maybe he's a little bit more durable this time. Maybe bullets don't take him down that easily. So, there are certain things I want to see change. I mean, because we've seen the story tons of times. And, you know, I'm not sure if this is quite a prequel. That's not the word they're throwing around. That, I think some people threw that around. It sounds to me like they're trying to kind of redo things. Maybe it's supposed to act like a prequel to some extent, but you know, who knows? You know, Universal owns King Kong. Perhaps they saw the success of Pacific Rim, Godzilla. You know, they got Jurassic World coming out now, so maybe they think, hey, you know what? Let's bring Kong back on the map. Let's do something more with him other than what we've normally done, which is kill him in the first movie. So, but I really think that if they're gonna make the title supposedly supposed to be Kong Skull Island, then I would definitely like to see Skull Island, you know, more of Skull Island. I would definitely like to see it explored more. I want to see other kind of creatures that maybe we missed in the Peter Jackson version. I want to see other animals for Kong to fight other than a T-Rex, which everybody likes to see him fight a T-Rex, but why not other creatures? Maybe there's I was going to say other Kongs, but then that would just kind of kill everything. But just other creatures from the fight, you know, like the giant snake, or maybe a huge lizard, you know, like some of the older movies, they had him fight like a huge kind of iguana, you know, that would be cool if this kind of modernized it a little bit. Maybe there's like this giant Komodo dragon he's got to fight, just shit that you normally wouldn't see, but you see it on that island. You know, maybe the habitats of the, you know, the people that habitat the island, I shouldn't say people, the clans, I forget the word. I'm looking for a certain word, but maybe there's some way that they can communicate with them this time. But you know, even that's a stretch because they're traditionally hostile. But you know, I just think that if they're gonna kind of revamp certain things about the movie, including the time period, then I kind of hope, while I like the traditional story, at this point, if you're gonna bring Kong back, let's bring him back for a little bit more of a longer haul. Instead of just redoing the story all over again, which I could see 100 times and 100 different iterations, but I much prefer to see something new. And when you have this kind of cast that you're working on for this movie, then why limit yourself? You know, they're going to carry the movie as well. Not just Kong, not just the island, but the actors are going to carry the movie. So why not do something fresh? But, you know, that's just my opinion. But 2017 is when this movie's coming out. A great cast of characters, or actors, I should say, that are on set, to be in this movie. And, you know, it looks like it's going to have some good potential, but we know very little right now. We just don't know if it's going to be a rehash of the story. We don't know if it's going to be a prequel of the story. We don't know if it's going to be a whole new story altogether. We do know that this setting, or at least the opening setting of the movie, is in 1971 Detroit, which is significantly different than what we've seen before when it comes to a Kong-related film. So yes, hopefully, if it's going to be different, it's going to be good different. But time will tell. What are you guys hoping to see out of the Kong movie? Do you want just another rehash of Kong? Do you want it to be a prequel to what eventually will happen? Or do you just hope it's a whole new beginning to a whole new Kong series? You know, maybe a trilogy. That seems to be the standard now, so they could very well be planning one. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers or visit E.T.N's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description.